social media and internet until me say ultimate there a course so bebre na the reemergence of japa at the same bebre aba and ye bedi a home komo na my main starting finishing ya wo holomo na ye nya ntie 4 days ago say eba paper back front page the Herald newspaper eba ya na wo say Oracle Furiata former finance minister and kophobia koto ahye ni ifie so na ohwehwe mu no eye OSP ena ama enkofo akoto ahye yewura kenufurate fie so the Herald newspaper and this publication by afani started di hu nkomo ya anti bibia free OSP ho ya anti bibia free aban ho ya anti bibia free national security ho ade chiye na OSP owura kiseja ben anopa it is on press conference say ya motaye ema briefing afi no adwuma o maye no ma briefing abi am se quarterly ya mutimi ye etie no bi no ba beye na esu ki bitie o kasa no mu no wo se wanya wo bi a wadi bone pa wo Ghana na we high profile person na we hwe na wo nya no enti wono wagya ne tumi so I declare wanted fugitive na after you be was in when high profile personality be na you declare a fugitive wanya we ya typical of kiseja ben grandstanding no a criticism be this person is in the name of Kenneth Nanaya Ofuriata Kudunkunuku were declared wanted. So yesterday I signed an debe order declaring him fugitive. It has to be a fugitive, but Obia what said that say Ojane free emra Obia ye pese ye did go to court. Ya Ojane Obia Nejina court, ya bought a child ball do say, O quad do a diabo when ye be yano and was a person me yano to me Johnny no Ghana as well frame I mean eti bia metu kwan maybe abakwata makwasha asadwe so ana makwotena enchi ana se me hu akosi makotogo Burkina Faso South Africa the Comoros ebia no makwahye ho enipa ya body charge o nipa ya body charge yes o mai no ho ano unless wa ma won dey fe ni fugitive run away from the law and to declare no say Oracle Ufurata a fugitive. And yes, charge Ben open with the born one, charge ya you. And one say was say cases be honoma, also be answer. Also didn't nanu yeba. Because so be nanu yeba was same be one, and yet charge. But what you was say National Cathedral and same be I was so Oracle Ufurata. Ebeya ede anu ye biba SML SNSB eso work no frata de anu ye ba oil industry no mu enso agreement bi eso work no frata de anu ye ba me patcho ye no enye charge sheet you only invited the person say to assist in investigations enye charge and said maya you can't declare that person fugitive. Moreover Oracle no frata ne na te o my Ghana mu after elections no waha o to kwan 2nd February 2025 sorry 2nd January 2025 woko ani die kwan so o tro krata e ma den chief of staff ya ma me fremu opare se mi tu kwan me kohwe mo yare mesen aba changing government buy ya handover e ko wie ye no transition take place and was a tro krata at the command, the sitting chief of staff, Yura Julius Debra, say, Yura, me hold to me, me kwa America because she me ho yare. Ne mumu nya me, memua bia se bia mebuzi meyi asem bia no ana mebom in any form of format bia na me available mo ka chemi a e kwa me fa so aboa no metimi aboa onwane. This man leaves the shores of Ghana on 2nd January. You wait 24th January. Now what your crata command say, who ye hwehwemu bi ewo SML ewo National Cathedral eti omra no fa anu yemra eno so owura medase meba na emomo no me hododo me wa America me hwe me ho yare enti ne lawyer for the crata no tim say ebe mo questions bia mo fa mayen lawyers no ne fa ma no na wonyi ano ne fa no yenima kiseja be say mempene question ba ko ebusa de say SML insensem no eba enu achi ana National Cathedral sesem no eba enu achi ana SML insensem ba 2 years aba o man pagi kwate e ma I think KPMG so omo hwehwem e mo do report to buy back say Jabin, are you prosecuting or you are persecuting Kenufuriata? For me you are persecuting him because of the processes I will film. Kenufuriata enso nchembre bia se wuntimi emfre ubetimi ato sa afre no. In fact o man panya kufa kwa wonso nchemra sitting president John Dramani Mahama wonso nchemra na mom no to sa afre nipa eni nipa kwa fa kwan bi so a fa kwan tene so fa kwan papa no so eno mo so papa ne yare enti ifa the hospital a wokropo e de krata ba se wo yare na wo endema bi eso wo ye test bi by March na me alma boso me die nimi by March die na bi wo ye nyina wi that mo hu tam ko betimi aba enebrem wa ba bi wiase aduri enebrem wa wiase aduri he ye ti krom ha ye ko school wa buchire ye ti krom ha ye ko school e wa kentampo ye ti kretenkran ha e ti ko school ba bia online ye nyina ne ye ene o magia ewiase nyina agia tumu se ubetimi use internet edi I have a conversation ye eye legal so we investigate obi a ubetimi dia ye interrogation eye legal wo se wo dia wono amade wono wanhu wono anim fili dia won ti ase adenti na asebo by 2 years ago wantimi afre no essential for busa say yete say enura wo ma enkofo sojafo ene jakpamo ekọ say omukọ twehye enura kene ofrate fie so a wo say an me da minim ho hwie o na me enya me nwanwa me gidi me intelligence ye ka say security intelligence a chese tetefu djuma wahwehwemu aya underground checks an say ewe ya ne intelligence the intelligence kire ne say ora Kenufuriata no wan kasa betimi aye a stage kasi stage ade ya sheda say yenyewe oba ye said the water form ye said wode no ho apemo water form akam kai as webra as oboa stage no stage no no senya won ye ora Kenufuriata so the stage sa ade ne dia ene ebia aban mu nipa bi na o ma sheda ye sa just said the abeto edi say you wo kiseja be will intelligence bi anya adwuma wo intelligence ewu awu de say wa ya hye ewu CCTV ababo antem ye nyina ye hu pictures and videos say jakpa atwituo agituo free sojani ensem pistol sojani ne di clock to the crowd ya man say ko yi adwuma ko na wo de ko na wa machi ora Kenufuriata busuafo wo ni fie edi tuasi oboso wa hefa bedroom wo he washroom wo hefa washroom say mumpega WC no flash ma menhwe miawe ma menhwe flash doom light so light on off na jakpa di o machi e wo wura Kenufuriata fie former finance minister enra na dwumi hu se OSP onu ankasa ne office ne WhatsApp omo di ato so omo di ato omo website so Mr. Sadipacho fatos ma menhwa de enura me anadwo no me send u bibi ya owura kenu OSP ono ankasa de ade abeto abonten say was say declaration of a person as wanted by the office of the special prosecutor. Medasipa. Declaration of a person as wanted by the office of the special prosecutor. Etiweno OSP nankasa chechirem procedure processes acquire faso e declare will be said were a wanted person fugitive any was say the OSP Ghana's premier anti-corruption agency questionable Ghana's premier that's a Ghana's premier there is the first anti-corruption agency now you could no more possesses both police powers and independent prosecutorial authority. The process of declaring a suspect as wanted follows these steps. 1. Investigation and evidence collection. First one, unknown. Was it the OSP conducts an investigation collecting evidence to establish a link between the suspect and the alleged offense. Step 2. Application for an arrest warrant. The OSP applies to the court requesting the issuance of an arrest warrant for the suspect. Then step 3. Declaration of wanted status. Where the suspect fails to comply with a lawful summons to appear or cannot be located, their details are recorded in the OSP database and the wanted poster is issued. And Tio was say declaration of a wanted status. Where the suspect fails to comply with a lawful summons to appear or cannot be located, their details are recorded in the OSP database and a wanted poster is issued. Public notification, that's 4. For serious offenses, the suspect's identity and details may be disseminated to the public via media outlets, social media platforms, or official notices. Now, Pastor Manena saw Musa question. He say, was say first step on the investigation and evidence collection. At first stage, investigation and evidence collection, we don't declare somebody wanted. Second stage in the application for an arrest warrant. Send the pakrono, mo hwehwe na mo anyano na wo ma mo second stage. Then you apply to the court. Say court no emamo o issue arrest warrant. Na mo kwachi di pakro. How so you declare the pakro wanted do? Ye mamo warrant say mo kwachi di pakro. Mo kwachi di pakro ni pakro mo anyano a. Mo hwehwe no the notice board say ye hwehwe na mo anyano after some days na mo move to step 3. Third year. Declaration of wanted status. Or say where the suspect fails to comply with a lawful summons to appear or cannot be located, their details are recorded in the OSP database and the wanted poster is issued. Question in here. So many questions. And you see, if you look at the OSP the website, it clearly tells you, say, the OSP is out there to hound the former finance minister. A clear case of persecution. First one, was stage 1. But what jumpo ako stage 3? What's the way investigations? What friend pakro? When ya no near the idea? What you shall know when you're now court? Court na court amount arrest warrant. Me patro da ben na court to issue arrest warrant. Emma OSP say on kwache orake no furiata. Da ben ena wo man say one kwachi orake no furiata. Then man arrest warrant na. The next step they say was see where the suspect where the suspect fails to comply with the arrest warrant. It will be shana no when yanwa and sana OSP what ro e wo kratam say o e be wanted poster is issued. Kisi jaben ena wo call court say wo kwaje arrest warrant e de akwachi suspect so called suspect kedufurata daben na so called suspect kedufurata failed to comply with lawful summons to appear before you. According to Adawudiatu website using was it all where the person cannot be located. Me patro yeti kromu hei. And then obi o America bia ka so wo hwe be kedufurata wa obehun because we provide an address. Or provide the hospital or ya wo ja yarehwe. So how can you say Ken Ofurata cannot be located? Where? But you bet me fish me das. I hear for bit baka say Ken Ofurata cannot be located. Enya no kre. But won kwa na wunim adekrontia aba wutrim aba wadwe mu a wo pese wo to she Ken Ofurata na wo de ne hanam ema wose. You see, for the past 3-4 years, what showcase on publicly say you are super incompetent. What showcase in all aspects so far. Case bien hormo reki say jaben etimi dia court a wadi bim na se say ne ke be dia se ne ko mabele gufuado e concept ya pade wo say opeso fight corruption na wo hwa established institutions no ya na ese letter gibi wom kakra nti no wo pede obetama aka muhye kakra aba wa baba 4 years untimi and prosecute wo bia successfully nobody asembia de be court bia wudi for ukokrom ka say akise jabi ade de ba we die infantile yi patro there's another way hwe ye ko achi de hwe de biem na obetima aka ye ni se kakra wo ka say chewa na kise jabi bu afu and he calls one more high court to say his colleague lawyers me patro say jabi in terms of legal you know 2 million times better than I do. 2 million times. But respectfully, you are wrong. You cannot call a judge your colleague lawyer. A judge, you cannot call a judge your colleague lawyer because you are not colleagues. You are at the bar, they are at the bench. You are at the bar. He said that you are still at the bar. They are at the bench, so they are not your colleagues. But enam say wumuwa now omoka cho say ade we ye say that you come and write publicly calling them say they are your colleagues. Hey, sir. Yenya de sir yesi wi ase de obi etru ko hwe nkwa ye ntru no enkohwe wuwo. But enai kise jaben etru enkofo etru kise jaben de ka se obi etru obi a eye akankasa obi etru obi a se wodi obi ahye wachi ohun nipa ko ni mu odu wanyini but onyamwa ti wodi na hye wachi aboso abom na kakra wodi no ebia eja ebehye no na wodi na hye wachi no kakra wodi na twam afa wodi ni twam wie no osi fom a osesa ono so nyawa na wodi wa hye wachi kikrim wodi akoto nsom se twaw kise jabede meka che se onipa true ekwohwe nkwan entru nipa ko no fa enfa no kohwe owuo ade awaye ade it was spiritual connotations. I'm telling you, me I'll be frank with you.
Prophet Gordon Asare-Bediako.
And you see, che enkofo bi wo man mu eto de bia omumma okay I don't want to even go there. Eto de be si ho. Already say that be ade awaye no. You must retrace your steps. Say wo conscience. Now we ye enipa bibitime prekum ka say ade de man ye ya. You have to apologize to Ken Ofurata. You have to. Che enra anajo me sorry ye me hu former OSP. Na sa OSP office where there it is a cursed state institution. It must be scrapped. I am see abo mudua muntwam. Che former OSP Ramatna midu wa troka tenu anajo me hu tie kakra bi asa na man introduce Peter. Was it the electorate will want to know through a thorough and impartial investigation whether the invasion of the home of Kedufrata shown on the excerpts of the CCTV had any link with the declaration of Kedufrata as a fugitive from justice by the OSP, exercising the prosecutorial executive power on your behalf. We know he was referring to President Mahama. The coincidence of the alleged emergence of Richard Jakpa, of Richard Jakpa's presence, apparently leading the invasion of Kedufrata's home, with officials admittedly being from the Office of National Security Coordinator and the OSP, casting Kedufrata as having staged the invasion himself to derail the OSP's investigations, gives the perception of a collaboration between the Office of the National Security Coordinator and the OSP, unless disproved by an independent and impartial investigation. The nation has a right to know the motive and the reasons for the Rambo-style invasion. Was a Rambo-styling. Rambo-styling. For the Rambo-style invasion of the former minister's home in his absence, under the watch of the president as the chairman of the National Security Council, under which Mr. Richard Jakpa and his men work. The invasion of Kedufrata's residence, allegedly led by Jakpa, whose appeal was pending and was taught to us one. Dear Ora Matami Duka, Makan, what 2 days ago said, I was a minority, a move motion, our parliament say they want inquisition. Omonye. I was here to committee, said your Mahama committee, a president here, ya to committee at governor committees. I was saying you investigating who ordered the invasion of Kedufrata's residence. It must be done. We say unisika unya baisika OSP show sa san wadwe yaw state power say opese you use state authority edi etete wa dia wonye yakobete dia atoso. That is why you must speak out against any injustice anywhere. Me say injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. Me, I don't need to be paid by Ora Kedufrata before I come here and do what I'm doing now. Ora Kedufrata me who no me who 4 years ago papa. Me who no 4 years ago papa. But I'm doing what I'm doing because I think it is the height of injustice and impudence. Under a constitutional government, now we are way. Now you could detect one a bagana, a casanse when Quebecoso. Could detect a bagana. Could menem peniphobia, said the men who could detect. And peniphobia, they lived under the coup d'etat regime. Catch Mr. Gordon, the air cost a worse than coup d'etat type. Because I know the who will say about what it, but now you don't even know who to trust. Where boss be free, where boss me free, man, let me put it on record. Check. About 3 weeks ago, State Housing Company Limited, State Housing. Na MD car na former MD. Ura kwa nampo for appear e yusu. Ono wa hand over da. Okwe the baby. I think so hand over by 3rd January 2025. Wako eneme be so DJ bia waja. The official car wa pack car na si ho. E wo State Housing enye ni fie o. Wa pack car na si State Housing. Shed na MD car ye the allocation there the slot no. E ho na pack car na sie. Ya kwa car no pa bomfutro because for a man obi antu car ne da. Anopa bi dru ya. Enkofo bi ehye face mask ene debe ekuta atuo pickups miensa edimi anopa pa o. Oma invade this State Housing Company Limited. Security for ewo ho. Without recourse to anybody. Oma bowra ho. Kikiri ekuta efa Tommy car. Ye be fa MD car akọ. Mo fa MD car akọ sen. Na menu ka sen sa akọta glass na wachi no. Na ombo apusia no ma white glass na free ho. I have videos, I have pictures. Probably it's what I didn't have. I have videos and I have pictures, and I'm saying it on national television. Ekofo busa omo a omo say omo financial security Rambo-styling abeto car no. You see, without recourse to anybody, State Housing Company Limited. Na say any dear kwan so mo pese mo be fa car no men ade national security for ni nimbi. It is a bibi and na mujiri say dey some fa car ni free adwom ho no mo a. Ade na mo mfre adwom panimfo. MD or call the baby. At least your head of administration wo ho. Huh? Your various managers of various departments wo ho. In fact, your transport manager, a transport manager, and I say, HOA say, HOA, I did be say, was a fan anopa. You say anopa 6-8 o'clock, Lunya Merjuma, but over Bano, let's say, Yinti, Oba, say, Nakabutin Creja, Mobefako, or more penny for bomb no betanasi. Because me, I dare penny say we be in PD, a state entity be away in a juma. I don't want that. Etikamoka, no makwaye. Omo ba no mo beta say na ye de na mo yesi no ma chichi but with the Rambo-styling anopa no ma wura kwakwa esa ade no and the quota maker we ni say nobody is safe in this country now me no ka say etiantra wo say ene ayo wura kenofurata and ya to ahye no so hwe oro mare wa de wonkuta ban post ono ane private car fitaa bi na ayifo akɔto ahyɛ no so akɔgye car no eto car na way wodi chenye ya omoda kosi baabi ekyɛ mo de car ne san baaye na nsɛm de so mo sa akɔfa wasa akɔgyina de why Lord Kwame ni fie ohorman na jodo mo bawura ho akɔsesa cars bi na mo de kɔ ekyɛ se calls bi go through back and forth sa na masa de kɔ Rambo-styling enye democratic former MPP National Youth Organizer, no, deputy National Youth Organizer, Pepe Shalomoki. Pep a car wodinya accident bare 2 years ago. And that's what he shop amino ka say. When you can both fancy car no. Car this shop na end this for us alcohol Rambo-styling. Ye ko peja car no, ye say car ya buy car. Why? O my mo bi enfro country. We are all going to be here to make sure say national development no goes on, to make sure say President John Dramani Mahama the nema was so obey no amagana for ho atoye obey. We are going to do that. Etian tira ka say e o rek no frata no wanya nasem e no wanya nisika bi se wo die wa ma obi enti entimi enka ho asem. Please stop it. Dai kwasia and was say or the tomoso then enya me so. One day, ebeba wo so. It is be very careful. Dr. Dominica yi ne so acclaim call for sa. Say dear John Dramani Mahama okuta praikese praika kraka NDC ni bi o court bia wa pepa no so za brobe obi anye bone. In fact, AG was sa authority Mondays obetimi aye say wa file only process kwa na sa na manema no. Without necessarily come to public say na person be yes ade and now about public abechechiremu and you think that these things are reasonable. They are not reasonable enough. Akobo former attorney general so this maybe the first time I met this maybe to the extent say we pushing former attorney general we go for dame am enra ono so dey teach him aba and e be nyina ho nkomo and e be na reasons bi ankofo bi lawyers bi mpedifo ba mo abonto mo ka an asem na che wo court dodo na asem edi court be 6 years die say come evidence ka omo ageli ni pakwa na me say have you forgot to say do be court a ni pakwa no so right enkofo akwa appeal na ba na ko Supreme Court wuntimi nchiri pakwa no ntum keke ono so the right case no so bo mpo edi 3 years ni nyina akoso enti ene ebedi nkomo enra mednya ntie se interior minister Muntaka Mubarak wose wono so ati committee say afedie wo mo a ya recruit wo mo security services no just before elections omo ya recruit omo no wasati committee ye mehwehwe na baby o kan na me se kaka ne say ai wo ho no ma obeti se wo hin popo bi wo baabi was me office ni we panimu wo be se me nkofo ni etin that the committee should advise one aye qualification if you qualify just apply and go mo na mo di kota ene sa priority ni sa de man kire mo ho ena ba bedu ba bie du ena mi no mpanifo mienu aba adwuso MP on the ni be di aho enkobo e wo ahoma no so lawyer Kwabena Boatin eni be di enkobo o ka se wo be constituency and right wo constituency adwuso ya wo ye adwuma e bon 9 o'clock ko so a ye nua ba Fatima Tobubaka former information minister ababa no ho ne ho jo no wa ben dodo ono so beba wo program bi kwa no pay 7 we are ono ebeba in the meantime no me name nuam you know late commerce ena omo abai nene no se nyame ado ne se yenu ba fati bitim bidura be 9:15 say pa pedifo me no mu nka bi biem because ese kom ba be 8 look at the time look at your faces 8:47 minim de menka 8:47 Peter Kuma deputy editor Pastor Monto Dono right Monto Peter Kuma said the ayeni Peter Kuma deputy editor Daily Dispatch newspaper o I say no more na Audu Mahama menu apenyi Audu Mahama the custodian newspaper managing editor also I was say Alaji you watch him akwa ba that saying
Alaji also ye keto na ye Alaji asa tu Alaji
abodam nana security for
my o say my dear baby o kasa bebre o say ye ku unhu ku bia o Ghana nti o kasa cheze de oni me kasa na kam na me me kasa na me kasa ba ha
cheze wo hu ku da
ma hu ku
da
achievement achievement because who be that me who be that 79 na me wo ho 81 na me wo ho nti ma hu nti o ni make o kasa na who say the only make kasa
bra patcho ma
say me o bra penyi
yende no kre nti akwaba ne mo mese bia mo mrante
no kre o
yende mesre ma she wo say na
is true
na me dey about 8 because election is over
in fact we dey be Peter na
Peter adna we say Peter and to say
because me catch and say or no obekwa yi after this program and I'm so omrante because me were issues be a mess out here before me I was hoping say obe start it oba na was start time me ba na me so ma take it
the time I did mu nyina mre ya na ekoyo ya ye boni me say ya late you move on
say okay fine you move on right mate it for the omo de Bɛkyerɛ 3 issues na my reason Dr. Lumika Yinde clear President Mahama and all clear woman because na appointee any nipa ko na wo ya appointee no wontimi enye saade no so mutu age say president no e ma no kwan e na omo clear enkofo bibre what the reasons about bonting approval ku former attorney general mo no so aba beka bi no e wo ho as akana ofrata efie attack so akọ and the position of the OSP yeah one also so I declare Rakelu Frata say we wanted fugitive you know so come and then the Mohammed's government he said they say a government of committees you know so say e brebe mu a e be ka ho say Peter then I beko
me chia o chia atiefo ne ahwefo nyina na Gordon
minia
hwe OSP nsensem ya wo kan so ho sa statement na wo kan on the OSP website no I think it should settle the matter about a choir ye faso a declare will be fugitive and as will be a wadwane free accountability and I am ra ho uchichi mu pepe but the dikai mamin ka say nobody is against accountability. In fact etiti enya ye bra panyin Audu Mahama o ye bra panyin
yes
minu pa no in fact the minister kura ona me friend ha na dwene say na wo bra panyin go pesika mba
obetwa bowa so still obako
pe bi aba wo ochina bi God forbid I know him he will never do that obey minister na ko bas wa ko wi ade apan sika ne bibia obi andi na chi minim so on tisa no onya de obeye sa so but the person me chere say obi nipa ne ben wo say so ko fine obi ade na nya aban ade mpo ensese to so no so nti accountability de obi bia wa fa aban bibi e ko bas ye hwehwem ana say emra ye chi no na yi de a obi bia emeka bi ema na mom ubu baby o se sebi okwase ya no se de menyanko na yendeme na onim aya obinya political power ohu ne also ohu ni se ana se unya de bia a ema wo remfi na mfofo bi especially so unya new friends ura kisi ajabe ye yi ni foforo ye mu bi e kasa support no bi so ye ni se wa ye dwuma epe
yes
se onimra so enti but and me fi say so no atras no hwe ni conscience mu a obongu say we dik no for atabone
and but so conscience because what that be there I suspect that his conscience is gone
hwe say me ni kan for ata me lawyer
me have to see him
sir
I will have so see OSP oh no I was say reckon for ata and nyamo Monday sue him heavily for defamation.
The fugitive will go through the process. One statement I will can here. Expose no. Say we investigate we apply for warrant from court. Now on second na still our man sana. What go the last step of say we declare say on your fugitive. Say many confrata me bena me the last time who no. Na me say the lawyers. I'm sure the lawyers no be tunu for year pa. Me backroom ha OSP me call one ma me nkasa. I'll never give official statement to the OSP because the Constitution, Article 14, say, chill. All right, and they say, police for say, you have the right to remain silent.
Yes, because don't can be a
you sweat yes. Oh, now OSP at Uraki say, Jamia say, Sebi, and Yadia obey fair to Urakan Ufreata. Enti many or no. Na me ben na me yi a me lawyer kra me 2 years kan ponko ye bi mpo de na so common sense common sense kra che say obi hwe ebra kise jabe kasa no hwe ni poster as if such say obi a am robber bi a wadi boni bi e bi si da bi
yes
insem 20 bi kra bisa na sem hwe response Sanabaya, I will not even respond to you.
Who are you to choose? Say I will not respond to you. You think you are bigger and more important than the journalist?
A clear and obvious. She said, "A chinya bi aniho." Say ora ken ofurata kotena nanim. Command cheche mu bia kire na obenya fair investigation. Ti me no a
onya.
Me ko. But me comment ni say no comment. Charge me with court. Yanko neutral venue.
Yes.
Because who ne there? Nhwemu bia nu a because we bunu kum for kra dada. True ni posture and ni kasa
yes.
Wrong. Enti bibi bia nu a kan frata be kwa trauma OSP ken na kisi eja bia. Ebeto na sum. To many onu anu omo ben no which is guided by the Constitution. No comment. On charge non koko boning crew and court for the court to decide. Hwe ni new friends ebia eninti oye bibi to impress them no. Enya wanwa because Airbus asem ye ba ya na ye hwehwe mi. Hwe kwan of aso ebe clear. When the US court and US Secretary General US Secretary of statement no Department of Justice Department US Justice Department say katase ni nyuma bi akoso obe clear na enu kura no na ke ufrata dia wo ye hwehwemu unyamu anukum for yet in any case the issues are always there to yake ufrata any day
before then okay Airbus
yes
Orajo Mohammed nuya ketwa
yes
na ni deal with Airbus no you declare this one was wanted
yes
Emma former OSP eto ticket kura mpo de ko jai say so when this come be fa plane free land na bagana ticket ni it you see all the way it will all the opportunities to come our ma to ticket bo say je na ka fa bra Ghana
yes
it will wa ma Emma wono no ye declare no so we wanted
yes
obi e declare no wanted friend is saying kiseja don fa chemi efa plane e wo Ghana
yes
e the United Kingdom ko see Heathrow Emma ye the car be fa no odam da defo Emma wo kokosia a wanted person a fugitive somebody who was run away from the law because he had been charged
yes
Emma wo kosia no land no enkomo e course negotiations a e course de no obi ani odiminim Emma wo kosia ni di nkomo ofiri wo ba Ghana no beto sa report me say wawie Jo Mahama huso sabrobe
when the US
it is our se kwan betima to kwan ko UK dia and they say who here say a pressing issue so one share oracle frata immediately amagi to obesi dia
ana unko US
hospital
corner also won unko hwe so ho ampa na so oni ho but because hwe unim ne ehu na dangerous kranti ame me feel say NSS Ken frata e command statement to the OSP krampo ne say o twantroto no so
yes there no
o say ni intel trend say ono Ken frata ne fie na amafo ko ho anadwo no e ko ho ko ready ho no ne ono OSP ni intel trend say it was stage managed
it was he say o see no he has to sue him
now
immediately
no maybe okay on two front or say of fighting fugitive in court
yes
na court set aside because it is wrong it doesn't in fact entasumu
nyanse bi enim enye reasonable
na osa sue no that is why intend say command statement bi
amonko
ko de oso oko
awoko amonkasa
on charge no because the issue is not my raising no for me it doesn't make sense SML why na yeni KPMG an audit report of the SML. In any case, is it the first time a baby announced the ministry and agency be say yempe third party no onko ye quality assurance na onko check say companies bi omu yadwuma ma aban no truly omutua tax pepepe ne ma aban ana dabi uko telcos and this time you suba Kenny GVG ni nyoma na omu ye adwuma ho ana meboa so in this aban bi aba no so GRA petroleum so ni mu ansem bebre koso
oh yes
na benya body ana company bi a obetime a check ahwe se ampa se adwuma na petroleum ana se omo ye adwuma o petrol nsensem no omu etua tax pepe ma aban a fumfam so bia anyhow in any case the KPMG report omu ye about the SML no chere say indeed SML ayadwuma ma aban ama true SML activities na ampa so say aban revenue akosoro so you may have issues about say bia value for money audit say bia adwuma no omu ye no nisika omu nya no you can raise issues or whatever bia but the bottom line is omu ayadwuma
and the value for money go put there it is always relative
well
value for money always relative so and the legal opinions
yes so into court na Bɛkyerɛ no
yes
what kind of SML report the KPMG report na tio I said the downstream I'm quoting from the KPMG reporter presidency issue about the SML
yes
I said the downstream petroleum audit services KPMG determined that there was an increased volume of 1.7 billion liters and an incremental tax revenue of 2.45 billion for the period under review. So it is not as if the SML anya hwe and abuying the contract commander why adwuma na keke
adwuma wo yesa no maka evidence wo
yes now KPMG anya Gordon audit firm
Debbie
is one of the reputable organizations.
Interestingly KPMG senior partner
yes
and the name
GRA
boss commissioner
yes so enti say ubetwa ntroto obi so wo ensem a wo so wohwem a wohwem enkura mpo enwie ye say ono a dramatize stage man say de be ya to achieve what I need. You should even be the first person to condemn the raid. So we will be believe in the rule of law. Share o man your history o. In se ko ba se obi da and obi tinifie na obi ko raid ho na o te abonte na ya wo da. You should be worried.
You should be very worried. I'm telling you.
Kala. Kwabla Japan. Oni ne papa ti table didi.
Yo.
Na obi buy say oh ya hwehwe o papa e wo ne fie ekwan no. Eni kwa de yanko ye be friend ne papa say obi hwehwe no o gate. Papa no nsa daduanim jae so o sane akɔhwe nipa kra o hwehwe no. Wante ne nka bio o te ye na ne papa. Sebi
ye
wie no. Yo. Tu hu. Eno esi o man mu. Enti se ne obi fie obi timi fatuo fa nkorofo dina chi se o yenko invade obi fie wabra uni search warrant bibia. You should be worried. Say the ultimate ato can ofuriata no a bit matter.
Of course.
So because what God how to you are in the media space. No be an power semo.
Hey, jai na me no kasi omo tata mesa. But na me wo ho. So me ye obi bone.
Uti anye ye na obi e wo nya access to tuo.
Yes.
No need control.
Oba cost
state apart. Yes. We ba ufia ehun. Nti say now unim the history of o man say the tie na e BSc pen. Ebi mo say kwati o mo firi o mo fie sa say state security we here o. O mo ko ehun o mo bio. Nti enya mo nwa say ayarga be pa achewa ene o mo esa etwa da pa say adana be pa achewa.
But ayarga chewa pa no. You see, I've always known ayarga say ayarga is Libra. Oh, yeah, we Libra, but to the be no of kakra, but me share na ya. In fact, share na say on the statement that.
Oh no, how do I know?
Let's say oh no, means me penase. Unia, it ya unia should be biased.
No, biased, be factual.
So, in fact, Ben, I will dispute you. Which part are you disputing?
Let's say woman, no.
Let's say to be off. But you see, now so can be war. Also a lawyer. We read JB Dankwa statement. Dr. Kislajiman, a making of Parliament. Utie Honorable Ayarega wa kan e fa ne ho a.
Yes.
Utim say there has been a huge shift. I was see the gofu e perceive JB Dankwa. Or say UP Nezi and JB Dankwa never opposed independence. But the method, any when, and now you know that the man first disagreement.
Yes.
It's more being JB Dankwa.
Which is true.
But and this from because I said, wow, it is so for Ayarega as majority leader to have said that a war chamber of parliament, you know, not a just say, well, you be I mean, to hold quite the man. But really, dear, I'm calling for full proof. Because into the invasion of Okelofrate's house.
Yes.
We have to know.
Yeah. Just some few points now.
Okay.
I was looking at the issues on my region.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. In fact, OSP, they just make me say Washada. Now it is to play into the newfound friends. Be hands and itself. Those issues are raised. So Okelofrate and that same issue has been captured in their so-called oral.
And you know what?
It is completely on my code. Yes. The amount now almost say SM financial law accounts. Ushe ora na apart from enono SML issue or more kind. Osa actually say more we confront about the Pullman Hotel tax waiver being sent in. In fact, it's also captured in the ora no say and also a financial loss of about 24 million US dollars. A ora amount now almost on back or genuine. Na no so godo areho ehunu say me wo the report waiver tama abanye so kwakoje tax waiver ma sa Pullman $24 million Pullman report.
Yes.
On say I would do the parliament and I say I report from parliament for a long time. And a report of such nature no or say the title here in the 4th session of the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana, report of the Finance Committee on the request for waiver of import duties, import VAT, import NHIL, import get fund levy, domestic VAT, blah blah. Oh, me ba. Minimum didn't tell me yes, sir. Ni 24 million, of tax waiver. pre-ama for the Pullman Accra Airport City Hotel and Service Apartment. But SVB, the special vehicle, purpose vehicle arrangement between private company and a bank. Now, SAR committee way, ND4 or so, MBP4 or so. In fact, at 2 forcing, I know where financing. No. What do I say? Now, Asibe and a chairman. T. That is, I don't know, Adongo Ana. Oh,
Adongo is not. Atu was the ranking.
But Adongo also.
Yes, Adongo also.
Sir,
Atu was a
tax waiver now. Omo apply ne, omo say 24 million debt into yenko chi kenufrata na yenku nu free wiase kurampo no. No omo nyina was so hwe. The report no tie baby. Omo apply no. Aha, o say project financing between Inter-Africa Holdings and government. That is GIF, Ghana Infrastructure Investment. The committee, I'm quoting from the committee report. The committee sought to know whether any investors have previously been granted strategic investor status and given benefit, including tax exemptions and waivers, to this committee. To this, the committee was informed that 29th day of April 2015, the then president, John Dramani Mahama, approved a similar strategic investor status and accompanying tax incentives for the following companies.
Bobo.
Tienio, Yomsi can offerata, Akoma tax waiver, Akoma private company, Moko see that $24 million. I walk tax waiver, I walk more and Inti Confrata, Young Coaching. Oh, ora. The committee, no finance committee at the time, and the finance minister, no Tesubi, I don't go Teso, and no signed by Audu Adamfo or SCB, Boa. Omu bisa say finance minister de koy no bisa and say ebiaba penyana tie company double boy Gasem
Cement
Dream Reality Garden City Boston Investment ShopRite Ghana Jata Cement
John Mahamania.
Ono John Mama ye president at the time 2015. Omanunia similar arrangement. EcoBank. Ebio further on 7 January 2016, His Excellency the then president John Dramani Mahama gave approval for strategic investor status, the same one say Puma the EIBO, and tax exemption for other companies including the following tier: Wema Africa, Wema Africa, West Hills Mall. Tank Palace, if your mom said Tank Palace,
Tank Palace in a hotel. Oh, but there's something more.
Mabani Service Company, yes. Mabani. Okay. What if your mom said? Sonon Asogli Power Project Phase 2.
Okay. So good. Michelle want to pay.
Then Quantum Power Ghana Gas Limited.
Okay.
So again, 31st October 2016, a few months here by Trouble John Mahama, a free akonyan and that omu raise about say I buying be free power, omu tax waiver, BBB.
Date
again on 31st October 2016.
Okay.
Now President Mahama the GIPC by a letter indicated its approval of strategic investor status for a 5-star Shangri-La hotel under the Accra International Hub project.
Hotel
being undertaken by Perennial Rare Estate.
Shangri-La yanye.
What they read because at the whole ya clear horse I know ya wavy.
Ya mamu
ready.
5
I know the financial loss to the state.
Even though that Accra International Hub project included other components, the GRPC letter indicated that only the hotel facility fell within the priority areas for strategic investment project. The committee thus noted that the present request in respect of the Pullman Accra Airport City Hotel and Service Apartment falls within the ambit of previously approved strategic investment projects. Unquote. Now,
almost a kilometer.
24 million.
At the map, Puma.
Pardon, there come a Puma private.
If I know our churros, I report we know the Parliament hobby.
Interesting.
We now committee
no natural.
And
conjecture ni rumors no more compile.
Said ora. Na National Cathedral come say pay salary try.
It's the import of the kind. And it's an
allegation that took Kenufrata so. E be on my baller
bogus.
I kokota me sure say any independent fair-minded person because me lawyer me nye court
so Oma reduce to he say and na 1D 1F almost say 1D 1F sky the man for no work no practice ye fa come hotel na 1D 1F
now come on now person mama that mama to hotel Shangri-La
Tang Palace
is way and when we any so cement
yes umabi so and then you from so or parliament ko approval signed by both minority and majority
report we do be judge
sabi over copy am on janto ha
matebra that's alaji bacho di we ni
onim me kan ye appointees akwa we okay sorry
how do you want teach
send me ya
masheda
and when me read e bi on social media Mercedes me that say o say okofa ye academic analysis on three language in phonology letters in you say L and R
yes
no mo say L and R even though been use it interchangeably it doesn't change the meaning of
Adenomoka no
and so they are right
so say they me use you no e o ma point this akwa no well you bad guy watch it
eti was say obutika say bra was aka say bla
so now it doesn't change the meaning.
It doesn't change. But what was what meaning?
Me say appointee OSP way. Me say Ghana for obeba Ghana for aka. They want me so on me at the papa bia. Me wodi bia me the friend no but me mbo from.
Okay.
Since our papa we buy, and let me say from beginning say yeah colleague, former colleague Asare-Bediako and then the boss Kisi Ajaben, they are misbehaving in this country. They are misbehaving in this country and Ghanaians must take note of that. So that should be almost the problem ba Semba Ghana. Na who say we have told them say omu misbehaving. Since our papa we buy the investment ya on no office. Niema ya nyina dia fa so na odi abra Ghana for. The only thing now say also okoji 1 million bi if la bianca ho. Saki is no ekosi sen.
those court
omo accuse omo ne nyina Canada mo omo win case against him.
We are see. Ono wa ka say obi a fugitive. Onipa ne ti Ghana ha. One charge no, one invite no, one ye bibia. He left this country. Remember now, Godon, no one can for a year. Let us watch trauma. Current chief of staff, any former chief of staff say may call. Yes, say assembly or what? Not so no hear me. Not say just obuno and all the free obuno. Yeah. One year you or call ye or call what Ghana after all these reports a year can ye and ye net report. And ye net reports 1 year here. And this MPP are free after 7 December. How many months now? Papano left in January, almost 1 month after elections. 1 year here. Okay, also who declare no what fugitive wanted. What's already near my or mom website how somebody can be declared wanted and now call it
the procedure. It settles the matter.
Now who when you na criminal law lecture?
Washada.
A bra o bombe so bronti. Cheniama oye. And not declare also fugitive. Beside question no. Look, me can baby say me many can of a lawyer sir. Papa me charging for defamation.
Oh, so was you
first for declaring me a wanted man where he me wanted man.
Yes.
For declaring say me must stage invasion of my own residence. Yes. We also know the intelligence catch no say either say intelligence na either or say I inclusive or either say or na stage and na intelligent informant no catch no say bogus informant no catch no. Okay, Mr. Quantum book. Bogus informant. I think this OSP is dealing with bogus informants. Because it has shown clearly say on the intelligence what you now from the beginning up to now, or start here, now have been bogus. So he's dealing with bogus informants. Ghanaians must know that. Wo ka say or no either say or no an invading no own stage here and now security and you are not even clear. Now it turns out say national security for and I call invaded and I know me say one name who actually invaded the place. Some people one name
because we see as somebody see no adechinya no be press conference way.
He's aware
at the time when you here in the press conference no. That was the very day Herald Becker said
on the he's aware. Into way and I'll be said
and I'm telling you as a coincidence in the annual.
Curious.
Yeah.
Coincidence. So no Matiami the he said this guy is not mature to head the office. Matiami do go back to his epistles.
Yeah, he did.
Or a guy will not but no mature to hold that particular office. That office is not about somebody on your first class and now intelligent. It's about maturity, emotional intelligence. You need all those things to be able to manage an office like that. And now,
hey, what's anti-committee? I want to the office here. I be a oral report to them.
And I will need.
Oh, Abba. So I said
1 month. Within 1 month.
Sad.
Also, prosecutions.
Now, alright, bogus report here. Oma members chair say gathered
maybe say rumors ni conjecture and no mass remember ho
to aso me fache me
remember ho
na me kofa bai
me na me tie ye ni apanyi lawyer papa former attorney general
Godfrey
Ayikweotu.
Oh, Ayikweotu, okay.
Yes. Now nipa na o say on be you an on be bisa no question. So oba even if we were to be here in Ghana, na so bisa on these issues now also on answer. Say no commenter. So what case against him will to fair charges. So Obana say so if he says that I will not answer, I will not do anything. So you drop all the charges that you have.
It's a burden of proof. No, never also.
When also want information. Papa now committee wrongdoing be. When also the Nebeko court charge no. You've not charged the person.
Are people not tried in absentia?
Now more a
certain attempt.
They are not even interested in bringing her to face the law. Or no Hana or how starting case now or Johnny.
So who's obedi follow?
And or Johnny or share her. Nobody has tried to bring her back. Ono kwa oni nkwa anka o stay anka ono so ya pardon no and I withdraw
anka o delay ya
anka o delay case
ampo
anka o delay ni case kakra anka ono so ya ja no ama na akọ now oye we nyina papa we o share no office ka wo Ghana for result abiamba eno an say time bia no a holy press conference I say why you see where the grandstanding press conference
yes
no wa here wa kasa wa describing nipa in a manner that Charlie also
arrested.
I have directed.
A achievement ana.
Na
achievement wa he.
Cases are what about SML? I'm taking them one by one. Peter, you have spoken about SML. Say KPMG na SI, you know.
Yes.
Say report to Naba.
Yeah.
There were recommendations on that report.
Yes.
Only say recommendations no can be implemented. Nema yes my continue. Do you know there is discontinuity? You better be say so be court. Cases when you now allegations and yeah evidence. Allegations and yeah evidence in court.
The allegations they say be brave.
Now allegations no more say yeah evidence in court.
Dabi.
To SML ye. Say Peter Obesaye. We are not going into the merits of because we don't even know the charges.
You don't know the charges.
So we are looking at the issues. We are looking at the issues all you
and link it to the oral.
Exactly. The SMLA, Peter Oka said, you have to look at the contract. Almost say they are looking at procurement issues in India. Now Ghana in procurement law. Oko started project to be not say. You don't own procurement. Even after you have started the project, you bet to ratification. And yes, I know
yes.
Procurement PPA. Parliament no akoji. Obasa, what was the company GRA getting? And when no more buy what were they getting? Is there any loss accruing to the contractor? Yes, I need. these are the issues out the kokota they will come up. Me say kind of obidi bonina say oh yeah they no kokota. Exactly obidi bonina say they no kokota. And no there nobody can say yeah prosecute. Say the mokai me in my life. You know for after me no face to face kasada.
You see?
Me in my life.
You see?
In my life, me no ye kai face to face me no kasada. But obi yeah dear. Not say you want to say why Bonia pass the due process.
Former defense minister Dominic Nitiwu.
Yes.
Me 8 years ni Dominic Nitiwu se mahuni be bia.
Ono so say no omo tata no.
Next time na me be kan no. Former defense minister and there was one namwa. Na ye the soldier for tata. No far.
No you see drones on them.
My requesting for interview with him more than 5 times. One decline boom. He didn't even acknowledge it for him to even decline. But doesn't mean he said
if it is wrong, you will not say.
No.
Against you will not say. Nte ken asem omo ken as I said me nin nkasada I've not even facing one me nin me we as in my life. It has never happened. But Nipa, he's been in office for over 7 years. Or 7 Ghana. So why Bonia, you can try him from Bonia.
Yes.
But do it in process a very lawful, a very legal. Now back Peter, what can cathedral? Cathedral only say expenditure here na again Parliament na approve.
Of course.
Yes.
Obidi abiaba executive di adiaba say person expenditure we a particular project na mo approve ya expenditure no now what say why boni. Now because of may I use another word?
Kafra.
Because of a oral chairman, why any allegations a compile the atubukumu and also who say criminal law lecturer why this report way and no now pursue without even say facts no me as Peter said many can honorable can for me banner say me call some particular OSP way or be some question I mean answer.
No, you will never receive fair.
He should never say anyone. This guy will twist information. Yeah. Remain silent. Yes. Me the lawyer. Mega said no comment, no comments. Or anything against me. No comments. I
agree with you.
No comments. Because it's not by force. Say you will self-incriminate. Or any say or Becca say my obe you say against him. So no comment. Would they try the own name? Nafa court. No monko answer or na cathedral lawo abide aba parliament a black you were part of it. I'm approval and I any boni odi. So if the project has not happened, it doesn't mean the expenditure no and the parliament has not approved it. Oba the other one Puma was more okay. Maybe some names you say there Puma.
Now so who report in
Puma and Pabwa.
My printer
where there a hotel and apartment.
Hotel my printer amount $24 million Pullman hotel tax waiver. See now can oral report gather we will mention but
now say one approve where your allegation or say wa grant tax waiver may. Now finance minister has he any right to grant tax waivers?
But who kind of oral report a dangerous impact of them? I mean, or say 24 million. You know, we are not say President Akufo-Addo granted tax waivers totaling approximately $24 million to a hotel project linked to his brother-in-law, Nyantechi Owusu, doctor.
Linked to his brother-in-law. President granted his brother. Not brother, brother. Linked.
The decision which was formalized in the letter from
where gossip no reports.
The decision which was formalized in the letter from the finance minister raised concerns about nepotism and corruption, particularly as it came at a time when Ghanaians were facing increased taxes.
Complete rubbish. Complete nonsense. When you now hold the buy and Parliament approve it, they were let's see no Parliament. What was his contribution? Say we all let's see.
Strangely, when say Obi asked me text say what was the concluding remarks from the committee? And I would do so.
But you have
concluding report. Question no.
Peter Reedy, MPP, NDC, signed by the clerk to the committee, Miss Evelyn Brefo Boating, Clark Finance Committee.
My name no pa.
Oh, okay. The committee, in view of the foregoing, respectfully recommends to the House to adopt this report and approve by resolution the request for waiver of import duties, import VAT, import NHIL, import get fund levy, domestic VAT, domestic NHIL, and domestic get fund levy, amounting to Ghana cedi equivalent of 23,983,033 United States dollars and 43 cents on materials, plants, machinery, and equipment to be procured by Platinum Properties Limited for the Pullman Accra Airport City Hotel and serviced apartment in accordance with Article 1742 of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
Peter, and you say
yes. So by resolution.
As a year, even your own preliminary investigations. Or even your own attorney, OSP.
Yes.
So one year here, one name say way was approved by Parliament. OSP.
Now, SM, you see.
Me say what bro? Why or the organ of body
small point.
Before small point. What is the issue about tax waiver? A crime, man.
Parliament approve at the
Dominic Ayene said next month or starting prosecution on the oral report.
Where gossips no conjecture.
Eba President Mahama no otiso. MPS tema.
Yes.
Omo request say
do you know the amount? Almost $1 billion.
$962 million tax waiver.
Can Friday or maybe they are
almost fighting here. They reduce it from 962 to $832 million tax waiver. Almost $1 billion. You acquire of $3 billion. Say, will be a channel. Our tax waiver. What they are.
You see, the young Timothy once Parliament are there no executive. They are about Parliament. Our Parliament approval say Parliament for MPs na they committed a crime.
No, some more immunity.
Any immunity because they also did it lawfully. That no, I want you to see the absurdity. We no more extractive. Finance minister they are there by Parliament. More MPs and 75. More consider matters no. More approve report on Peter Wakan.
Yes.
You turn around who OSP. Opinion total.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I would do.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's so annoying. One is
let me tell you. How do and I said any book for back about Mustafa Hamid. Also we hear about UPF fine. Even though Mustafa Hamid Daily wasn't in charge. Nipa no okrom ha o. Nipa no no okrom ha. On friend. On my invitation here. Now big press conference said he's under investigation.
Me wa call your former friend. It's the comment my friend personally.
Master, forget about former friendship. Former friendship.
So the woman say, me say, sir, you know how kind approved by Parliament. Cathedral expenditure muke may say the same Parliament approve expenditure on a cathedral. Salaries obi salaries. Obi allowance.
But what case of National Cathedral? I didn't know a public servant.
They are.
It's about to your what is wrong?
Me report to be. National Cathedral. Architect. 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 Just say of repute. Obia profile. Obia no obia what report akoma obia CV. We are the CV near. We are the CV. Refraf obia no akoye adwuma. And they keep on doing so.
You see, because Minister Ba. Fortunately, I am mantem. Fortunately, one of the committee members of the oral committee, Onoaka, said, "No, Ebia who said the chairman and compile conjecture any, but they couldn't tell him directly. Say Nepal no men put any amount to the year issues, or say majority." Of the issues in the report need further investigation to ascertain. Further auditing, sorry. Also, majority of the issues in the report need further auditing to ascertain whether wrongdoings have been.
It's a concern report.
Me say a conjecture.
final report on
Emra Valentine. I go for Gustu for pa.
I am ending kwasa.
We da for quarter flowers kakraka or number 2 adi so. Wama.
Yeah. Some minutes out there, Mamika, a trona will chat to confratas, apart from so state manager.
Mami, we ansana, Isa ora no. Okay, say oral report. You will find it in the report. Almost say Ghana Lion Anka ye tongue a privatize a ECG.
Yes.
The PDS.
Yes.
And a US government.
Yes.
And come more advance say 159 million a year. 195 a year. Because of that, the US and on more fast can out my year. So that has been captured. Say a be a looting.
It is scala US for my.
Oma obi di so or discard chawo. Mrs. can me for ma obi.
It's on beji aka ho.
Almost account. I like 20 billion.
It's a 20 billion.
Yeah, 20 billion.
This is pure madness.
And obviously discard chawo. And discard chawo.
Any illegal printing of money. Is that illegal printing of money? BOG some no more.
I don't mind now by Parliament.
I borrow you know.
Yes.
Borrow my crab BOG.
All right. I was for 80 aha want to be radio 95.9 unyame ensa I said Musa ye movement television program ni din di Bɛkyerɛ mu FM God na Asare-Bediako earlier me catch am say former information minister wo kɔ baabi wo catch so be petra kaka no pass through no nya ba bidin komo say kayenya a quarter of aban appointees na komo eye the minister ye bia me say nya a quarter krompa enka enyi hwe me dem akada minister bra wo ye information minister ono agbo mu no ati catch me say oh Bravo don nyame aduma Saturday die me wa ha etimeti ma Bɛkyerɛ ya pa meto so ono amu
Obɛkyerɛ ne mama
yes
but ministers minister o make information no na say aban ato asase e wo pobima e wo adenta e wo na nyina yete so na so akoda totofiwa otigana ha na o state capture obi an respond to
the onyame sha no o time
state capture say this state capture has been made. Oh, massa.
Yeah.
It has been made a foreign minister of beer. Bibia net the Facebook.
What's it? Now, ladies and gentlemen of the media, who is this fugitive? The fugitive is in the person of.
Okay.
Grandstanding. Yes. What? This anyway. But I was for former information minister. I was saying the more. Honorable Fatima Abubakar. Elbebe Kanye Honorable. Ya mwachi mwakwaba.
Nana mejo so.
Bibia boko. Peter. Kuse no mra. Odabi. Eti akabia Honorable betrasi na ye di nkomo na ma share Facebook messages kakra bi na menkeka edabi. And then messages anko for that bano. In fact, ano wasi kakra. Ano wasi tibo no ma mekenkanya. Ma try say massive but me ye me will be say okay. Ken must file a police report and proceed to court. Will be say Japan has taken over the military without the knowledge of the state. Will be there.
Be a gate man. No car door.
So they didn't say YouTube or share video now. Of course, so they decided to man. Them me say now right to frat about boy crowd with you. Etibuko the pitibicha Japa say ko to kelufrata me de kibisi
sana Japa all court na it was actually recognized as part of national security. Look, Japa works for national security and had an office at the defunct national security ministry
that time.
Yes, so enye Japa o wa ye juma Kofi
yo
enye ne
yati
em say to trust him na onim ye pa en nyina kan na epam no wo military no.
All right, minister Bashir mu akwaba ne mate say
ana nyame adom bibia boko me de sama beka busua we ahaya me de pa because after interview no so na treat for to us.
Hey, and the bebaso na mamenchia lawyer Tiki chuba kudua That's how that okay. Well, also you be a penance or burn once you fed on or buy. What was say?
I didn't know any defunct. In fact, he's currently at the Minister of
Yes,
National Security.
well, he works closely with the National Security Coordinator. Eti Orabo. Now, and the matter is a house life in opposition.
Oh. Say dear, Eddie Kama Menchia. Na Menchia, like the Peter
Brighty in opposition now.
And the Ghana addition na only BB. Yes, I didn't we emphasize that man yami.
Yeah.
Ebia I must say anka lessons be why yes. Now we catch him as a minister as opposition NPP for no why yeah, true. Pressure no cut down I'm seeing say. Opposition we hear parliament. They say minority are than a majority. Brofun team crofo bre. And this full soldiers no move social media no so my mredodo. Hey, committee on one kasa paki on muhakogusu bebre. O friend this MP no adane Aladdin. Or say na the table was in the air sitting on say ngongo brofo basa ngongo hai say superstars ni biso so academy ye pure makogu ekire ho omuhihye polls na chi say brofo edru sit down one day afedi ena unim ne amesere kura
brofo edru
me say opposition as I say real men takes care of their wives. They say almost say my wife takes care of me. I say what in the girls and they come on the street. Almost say Jatana Dani Pussycat.
Asare-Bediako. I did not pay you for.
Want to me radio.
Almost say
Jatana Dani Pussycat. Meow.
Hey. They to me. Dear to me,
Nana, say the Ghana done is a comedy channel. Crawford Geo money, and Crawford Geo money. I'm
TikTok quiet there.
I had there because Bema baby, one meaning now. Message just 2 days ago. Obi posti former president Akufo-Addo picture. But her fans in the comments.
What difference?
I
do show boy.
And I'm so I didn't change Akoko moy. Because Bosume Bako, you're too full. Me say, Obako shall never 16 cents. Obako God, not 15.8899. A more young Sumakoni. Me say, a more ya. Say the enya window asemo. Obada sorry be near two.
Me report say Enranajo military brutality because so while side ho videos be me share ma confirm
na say new town baby omoda sum e say dum na tue musa obi say asunwan ni dum light da fe ni asate dum
it go reach everybody
and I say the power cut president is back enti meji this opposition yan twan matese budget no be by March ni na enya ma ye mponi o utumu say e wo won crofon fi say ya
ba na me search yi na me bibia hu e wo on the 24-hour economy no apart from say appoint Uru Aguzita no as the coordinator say the
presidential advisor
me say that hu me bia mfa 24-hour economy no last week me say hu ye professionals of NDC for 24-hour economy obo akwa seminar on implementing a 24-hour economy.
Now word on the street in Sunday committee na dosun. I mean say any disappointed party big with BSC committee be
yes
say committee task force team who has a brofo no mass synonyms ni na o manasa. E just say by the end of this year na committee members na bro 1,000. Ampo. One day one committee. And on the side, two say, court what they are done 1 day, one withdrawal. 1 day, one withdrawal.
Already, quite to interrupt government. Anyway,
more die, observing. And yes, be a media fit and son of Crawford and son of Mafia NPP are buying them
in Rafi.
Let's also say, Drew near Quadia, Andrew Cra. I had to send America 40 or Moji or Donald.
One also because he's doing the most.
Executive order. All sign up court in each room. All sign up. No crowd. They say Elon Musk and then the back over office on the moment no interview. Dona Elon Musk badaka chere Trump was
say you are not the president.
No, you're president.
Aye.
So me ala.
Oh, who was that video no? That be
and as elections have consequences na ye kan obi a gene de nkakra entina na amameda na mada knowing say we did our best, we worked hard in a crisis era. Me say come the man. We could not have had a better president than President Akufo-Addo in a global crisis period, because we're decisive. So why wouldn't him say, your friend is a former President Akufo-Addo, Okaso obeye bibia, obeye,
yeah.
Also on your crown now, the conviction we do ojidia. It doesn't matter even if he has to stand alone, obeye, but eventually no. And Crawford who say Ejumo ye and you say the Dr. Baumie because the Niswadi who know is ahead of your generation by a century. And almost so mumpe. And on Makofa president on one actual book or send a challenge war any indecision or say oh no now Junior say Krana now or take a decision. Now who say a showing the appointment
CEO but me. Matami do a crack or trouble or make reference to that thing.
Nancy.
Run OSC on Ken Fear attack.
What a baby.
Oh, my forward yama.
Oh, sir.
Oh, okay. In decision, no, I'm a confusion. I see. What in the honorable leader, a fenyo market count parliament. Was it say at the end? I say do for Bako, District Assembly Common Fund.
May you media.
Where you need the other way you need there. And they are arbitration near the Amabako. GIPC. Jubilation, Baba, yes, a doctor, Cotana Jubilee House, Cotana, now wins who made the GIPC. Message reshuffle, I see a buying more in 2 weeks. Tall. GMPC now done a girl. Me say more power is a say me say e wo mo mususie enti no bia who say una say Nkrofo start question say na when the appointment na the president.
Oh yes.
Oh said
yes.
Yeah. Obi eyebi.
Yeah.
Because who baby a free bowl. Em say green letter no mo no double any errors. Statement e baba bia mo from head to toe.
But only say CEOs no mo ho kra no they are uncertain. They say Ochina ebetimi asesa. They are not certain.
But that back also no a deputy or quite no one the CEO of their boy ni CEO they say there be different person by or no deputy. And I said the wood now was why
Saga no obusumo no me make one
Sao
my goodness.
I was I don't know.
I want to not NY and all that
so you do not call youth authority.
NY.
Oh yeah, deputy CEO.
And so in Sana Kromaye.
Okay.
But and some of but attorney former attorney general.
Yes.
Go friend or your press conference. Me did say be o kind of brofunti some of the key issues.
Yeah, what I'm busy dealing with.
Me so na me akwanya kese say yes e de church Nkrofo. One of the important points I will make in and they say 8 years under President Akufo, 8 years under President Akufo-Addo, not once. And you see the Attorney General's office and our executive authority to discontinue any high-profile case in court. It did not happen. And also on record, they can fact check. TNU, who had the office of the Attorney General, or more to me to interfere with prosecution kakra. A year criminal and other offences procedure act 30, and I'm almost out to me.
When me patcho before I will move in, then I may person make canon. Say my time do can before bicycle me who 80. Mammy read was saying, Mr. President, I discussed this pervasive coup mentality with you less than a month ago. And now you need to face it squarely with firm leadership without any pre-verification this time around on the brakeless bicycle speeding with you as the rider again downhill towards political disaster unless you wake up from slumber with decisive and preventive action. Oh, you again bicycle, in fact, I'm the from
the book, no, isn't it?
My first school guitar.
It's in the book.
All right, but minister of it was.
Entinana. So himself prosecutorial powers na ohwe constitution no ma ye de ama the attorney general ono ne administer for justice ono ne minister yabo ne di organ amra.
Yeah.
Emomo ada akonya bi mo so mutimi interfere with prosecution positively. Then no sa akonya na ewo mu mienu. Ye wo say o file nolly prosecutor. And you also file to withdraw the case. Na ebia ne nsunsu aso.
Okay.
So we file nolly prosecutor. Let's just say de o de kwa do no kwa say bia what charge obi what you say. Ye charge sheet say summary trial na say ye bill of indictment trial indictment no why o bill na charge sheet na ya bo nipa no kwa do no. Mukodru court prosecution no wa kwanya so obo na mane ni ti a odi asem no ba ye edini bibia bo no close the case na fe yama defense for no so akwanya mo so fair trial anti ono so assign it before the prosecution will close their case no utimi filing only prosecutor o filing only prosecutor na ni sunso aso ne say asem na me de buy no menya mbo me nkro nwie ye kra no me se me twe asan
O twa asem na san.
me twa so o twa so a lead to discharge not acquittal. But what is the difference?
Yes.
Yeah, discharge wa. Yes, ko fie.
Asem sensen ho.
Yen asem sensen ho yen ka say ye bua obi mu. Yen ka say wonni fo. Daachi bia ye betimi asa afre wo asa aba okwadu. Nemo withdrawal na attorney general we ye bebrebe ne say prosecution are closing the case. Yabo ye nkura ye bibia awie. Enti no say defense no whether so omo so be set case assign omuti and omo sign omuti the court can proceed to make judgment based on the strength of the case body aba.
Okay.
At that point now prosecution are closing the case. Omo ye assembly free court by withdrawal untimi try that case again.
Even with new evidence.
There be untimi
not the same matter.
But the same matter no where we do.
Okay.
But what you say?
Matiasi.
Enti no se kwa do and or dear for bibu say ansa na such a high profile case ye bebe obi kwa do no ejina niam na enu so the edi kan one and it's most of these cases border on financial misconduct and financial crime.
Yeah.
Because ye do ba beto position bi mu our fiduciary responsibility say sure man sikasem sign die ni na ye bibi na te say ya ma osika $200 million say fa ko ye edan ba ko 5,000 cabinet approve ye de akọ PPA what you say akọ parliament now wo instead of 5,000 o ko tira kokoam now take decision say instead of 5,000 ye de 1,500 abebre kura ye nwie
na waje 195 million.
thank you. So what you say? And to cause financial loss, misappropriation of funds, this and your money. You try high profile cases because it borders on mining get around crofide. I hit and now Sagana addition in Anna, Yakika and Sansi Aboso Yenya Saget. A matter of public interest or public importance. I see a better try. They are bringing those people to book. And to new attorney general, it is not sufficient. So obejina oka se obi bebo be kro no a na ye betimi agisika ni bia ba ene ehu hia se ye de no ko try antimetwam utie nie etosu mienu attorney general Dr. Dominic Ayine omo bisa na about jachi ekwesi case no honorable jachi kwesi case no o se oni o ma di nkoma ma o maka so omo di omo pese omo san omo.
In fact, obo lawyer Chachitika Tedin.
But you tell me, not just say the basis in tier no all these continue cases no. Because on na SSO prosecuting on behalf of the state in the interest of the state no. On no more makwa share defense for no. I be so almost say, ye do ko jina court abedibe. O se o me de me dibe me bo okro no my bre
and my mean champion.
The meaning, the
yes.
implication.
Oh, me de me dibe ade ne de me ye maka me no kre. mabɔ man no kro no mabɔ mo dream mabɔ man ne ka ɔsɛ ne yɛ ntwam
many evidence
tie ne ye o
admission
na ne ɔno no bɛka sɛ o me de me nsɛ metima saa meti no ɔsɛ okay ne yɛ nto aso ɛnyɛ obi na bɛhyɛ n'anum o ɔno ana no mutuo ɛna waka asɛm de implicate no ho and this is very dangerous. Not just the basis of discontinuing all these cases, either through filing nolly prosecution and say withdrawal, and yet in the interest of the state,
that be
a partisan interest,
yes,
why you're in collision with the defense attorneys.
Yes,
and it is on the basis that omoye NDC for and the NDC media you didn't to ma what is the implication of this? The implication is that not just will be to say what I said in Tamaklu, former CEO of Masloka, Odi Katamantu, Jobu Fosika.
Yeah.
Sanka yang convicted na and then and go discontinue case. And they say, a judge Fosika, yes, a Saguka, boot,
I discontinue.
Ayaka.
And 1 year bonnet.
Honorable on the Ebia also to Nagana, and also yet to say, no more delay.
A Coca appeal, Nico Supreme Court. And they can what on
honorable Pacho Cosso.
Now, Baya, Mabo Kashren to say, a dear Beswa Ghana this year, as a Munamo who so Mompedri Mompecro.
Reset.
Nankan state prosecutors. Any director of public prosecution. On my investigation for years, for weeks, I collected data. Yes, even in the Cocoa Board case, you know. Scientific data, our research centers in Ghana and in Germany, ni Bibia collected data. Ama if you don't call course, no, preliminary issues, courts now established said they have a case to answer.
For example, for dear no voice, no, you call Israel. Momo ye ni na momo nya confirm say Bibia pepe sabo for example for voice. Aye.
Kweku Buahedu.
Dabi Kweku Buahe.
Ono kra say no to bi.
O so no the kind, no the kind. Sani be ye no. Ye be bu bia.
Enti wa who issue no. Enti say no. Almost say rule of law no, it does not apply to an NDC member.
Dabi.
Omo de NDC need there.
Eyezu.
See no evil, hear no evil, say no evil.
Dabi.
What was I doing now? Okata de no akata na so. No akata pepe eyezu. Na se wonya NDC ni dia. Ene ye ni evidence kura se etimi suma japa. E ma ne ba ofie betwe tuo. Ese wo busuafo line e do mbesifo. And this is a situation a very dangerous precedent. Nkrofo ya expect say obi kura to say Dr. Ayina no wababa be di age pen no akọ retirement dey say wo di kosua anyansa 8 years eno wasa back no obeba be repeat
anodin Dr. Ayina power ye ade be die man kalambo ahame. I didn't expect somebody like him.
Oh be sumesa
I didn't me boy
obi ka shem say bia omo person gu nanim asenti na omo ade post ne ma no
ne se ko be tiba ka se wonye na kwa ko ba bi foforo
Na
dabi onya inimbra hwe
say Haruna Drusu kwa no Haruna Drusu ono no so on education be do so on no ye say dia ma obi jiwen
nti wonya
onya no akwetena
nchen
eyezu
nana
bra
omo sorry ano mo be ka say ai wabegina say ono de ono ana akle nkrofo no nya the president na akle nkrofo na
possible sir
enya possible
enya de me nya penyumboa
ana me so okoto de no ho de bodwe na president Akufo-Addo ko gina akle obi every single issue ye the far appointee of president Akufo-Addo ba abonten either say a police CID either say a shraj
yes
either say almost set up bipartisan parliamentary
committee yes
either say a office of special prosecutor ama nipa ne subjected who to the law the most recent one Mami Cecilia Dapa enya ajabin we ya na okoye the investigation ye de oban hu
also FBI FBI nyina
ekochi de no hu ye
o say iska kwa
at the end of the day mo say you will not allow NDC Debia to be subjected to the law.
Dabi.
Operation Clear All Looters.
Yes.
And oral ne de adane ORS. Ye de engine no. and I Ghana for to say no way. Enti ebra age who say hit ni ba say hey now in 2 weeks what clear more people than were even cleared by the courts and the Akufo-Addo's government. And then you the be press conference. Eddie Bedi be to some be can say I and I is because under the previous age you know or man to trouble near me your man you now go for that be say come on. What do you mean? Enti nra obi biara oti a press conference ni bibiara di to say indeed you turn your color TV
na ora go for that make asa no charges the bobo all those people no accused no okay kan ni nyina
obo di anu about that even look at the ambulance case as man no cause here in the ambulance case no, is it a fact so from 2014 ambulances somebody buy be seen there and me under the ambulance it is a fact
and that's all.
And no car say not fit for purpose. Yeah, Honorable Alex Segbefia, who was a health minister at the time under President Mahama, and they said not fit for.
Yeah, okay.
Enti there no see Abeka cause financial loss to the state. Yes, so called ambulance brother for 207 van bar. Yeah, pe 207 as a garage wa have no bus money. Rana motors na yimu nyina ke kototo 207 van.
Okay, who can the masha ibi kakra bi. Dr. Johnson Asiama. On indeed in Asiama. Dr. Johnson Asiama. You see one year governor of the Bank of Ghana. It statement I think about 14 pages. And my call line 22.
Make it a 61.
Okay, my call line 22. About who passion read one relevant to my Peter now so back. My call line 22 now so I can't back on my was say the UT Bank. Was it the UT Bank case involved the grant of approval by Dr. Johnson Asiama of 460 million Ghana cedi facility to UT Bank in violation of the single obligor limit. Be that as it may, it suffices to note that Dr. Ayinde provides absolutely no justification for a withdrawal of the charges in the UT Bank matter. Save the allegation that an alleged memo was presented to me. It is also important to note that the Attorney General conceals the simple fact that the prosecution had closed its case in the UT Bank case. Thus, by virtue of the notice of withdrawal filed by the Attorney General, Johnson Pandit Esiama was acquitted and discharged. Dr. Ine therefore secured through the back door a whitewash and clearing of sins of Johnson Pandit Esiama forever. It was Bank of Ghana was say that time no na prosecution I can aboni kro said the minister can waiting on the accused sort of Canadian. And even based on that the court can make a judgment on it. When you find what kind when you be
Manya way Republic versus Johnson Pandit Asiama. No, Unibank. So what kind?
Where you together, Macan?
Unibank, say there are different issues. So
okay, the kind
Unibank, dear Sunni.
Okay, can no minister, what kind back on my kind?
So me call you, me call Ellie. Maybe the nation and your papa.
To another mammy.
I said, Dr. Ayeni lamps up the fact that of the two cases against Johnson Asiama and contends that the alleged memo presented to the former Attorney General, which discussed an amount of 450 million, the subject matter of charges against the gentleman in the Unibank case, also covered the UT Bank case. On said, this is another falsehood. The sum of 450 million was in respect of only the Unibank.
Okay.
The UT Bank case involved the grant of approval by Johnson Asiama of 460 million facility. Where UT Bank near 460 million. Facility UT Bank in violation of single obligor limits. And also Charlie.
Yeah, the same.
Be at me. It suffices to know that Dr. Ayene provides absolutely no justification.
There be a man who be reading. We may read it.
Okay, I know the.
And what about that?
Okay. The most important year or set out was in the Republic versus Stephen Opuni.
Okay.
And two others.
Okay.
That's a Cocoa Board case.
Okay.
Or say the reasons given by the Attorney General for the withdrawal of the case against the three accused persons in the Stephen Opuni case and the consequential whitewash and cleansing of sins through the acquittal and discharge, again recounts the misconceived perspective of defense lawyers on the charges. That case involved the loss of 271 million Ghana cedis to the state. Once again, the media would observe that the Attorney General only presented to the public the same stories that had formed the line of defense of the counsel for the accused, completely abandoning the formidable case built by the prosecution. The Attorney General completely disregards the fact that the prosecution has been adjudged by all the courts in the Superior Court's architecture, the High Court, the Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court, as having established a case for the accused to answer. Dr. Opuni had closed his case. Said Wagogo had called about 10 witnesses. Tieni yo.
Yeah.
Bɛkyerɛ sɛ all the reasons are Attorney General wey offer for discontinuing the case.
Nyinaa.
The defense lawyers in some are publicly or maka.
But nyɛ deɛ kosi wɔ court. Yɛnte Collins Dawda
what the prosecution had built.
Yes, Collins Dawda die ni. Was say Mr. Collins Dawda was in this case, Mr. Collins Dawda was charged with the offense because he intentionally misapplied the sum of $200 million for the construction of 1,412 housing units instead of 5,000 housing units. Lawfully approved by Cabinet, the Parliament of Ghana, and the Public Procurement Authority to be constructed. So, the question of how much was disbursed by the state during Collins Dawda's tenure as Minister for Works and Housing, or the exact amount spent on the buildings when he was minister, is immaterial. The real question is whether Collins Dawda authorized the application of the $20 million for the purpose lawfully approved for the project, that is the construction of 5,000 housing units. The answer to this can only be in the negative because almost the 1,400.
Answer, AG say. Kondada sikano yetua bi ansa na oba na actually kondada free one na attaching akra buy no attaching so betua bi which is a lie.
Okay, so what happened was that attaching buy MPP buy 2017 no chief director no ho no on beto chief director.
Yes,
the chief director na etua $5 million.
I'm attaching akra raise issue.
Yes, attaching
about the chief director.
Yes. Chief director no was able to give an explanation say na projects needs to say. So that 5 million was to avoid total distraction of the case. And he was able to recollect a lot of events and activities and decisions to the extent that the chief director had become a witness for the prosecution of the case.
Yes.
Are you getting it?
Yes.
That is why he was not among those who were sued.
But whatever it is, no, the bottom line is that there was a loss.
Interestingly, and the now contractor in the contractor signed from. The man died under mysterious circumstances.
Parliamentary 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes.
Say, charge sheet to near me amend no. At any point, prosecution would me request to say, I'll let you court to say, I want to amend.
Ubeyi. Obeka say, oh, my baby case free.
No, asa.
No, amend. Now the what's our file?
Say new Attorney General we say, and yet accused. And yet accused person witness. No. So we or spend.
Yes.
And then now want to me withdraw case no at the charges no a new charge cause way now we spend here so I'm charging him based on or no the
that this one was what money about into my charge be ma question back one eba and I think say partly a politically a legitimate question. E be mo say omoyi na MPP aba mu for 8 years. Ubeti do matuma e ka mo do mutum. Mo de ma yeta kokwasa mo ma badia. How do you respond?
That is a valid question.
Okay.
And this is my response.
Okay.
In Brofokasemu, you say the rules of justice turn slowly, but they grind fine. The moment what the assembly court, you say it is better to leave 1,000 criminals on the streets than to convict one innocent person. Until laws now, your rule of law, no, one of the ingredients a womb the rules of natural justice. And in the rules of natural justice, one of the rules, and they say you will hear the other side. If it will take 10 years, 15 years, everybody deserves fair hearing and for the entire procedure established at the court to be exhausted. And untina bisa who say Jida case na how many years na di answer na omo secure contract.
Or one dey go to mo. As a bit oh.
As a bit na ye suba Abuga Pele. How many years na di wo court answer na. Maybe some of the cases travel beyond one administration.
Yes.
And based on the processes that we make sure say lay down procedure no beyond the substantive case, they have exhausted the procedure. Yes, obi ohonoma what me ya bo obi ko do as accused person. No akwa for 10 witnesses aba and then mo call chila waje adjournment. But o tie ni you. Yes, so we yare or the medical report aba. And tina accused no onim so adi for Obebubo delay tactics. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
But the law is patient.
Yes,
because
very, very
crime
patient.
has no expiry date. And they will take all the necessary steps, give you the long rope until you hang yourself. And to be a argument about legal system say is because we couldn't prosecute everything within 8 years and into the tribunal. Or they don't know the law.
Okay.
Because it was not President Akufo-Addo who was prosecuting them.
Yes.
It was not the NPP who was prosecuting
The
them.
Republic.
It was the Republic of Ghana. But
Matthias.
and there is continuation. It is never the case. He said, the judiciary is independent. The moment a state in the case, no matter how long it will take. Only so a bit to conduct court by 35 years.
Oh yeah, baby no more.
And some maybe to conduct court over 20 years.
And then you know mungo to chama.
To where this is a financial loss, misappropriation of funds near idea, administration be tried by SSA.
Rabo, and no fancy power. I used to make a choice watch our Dr. Agnes do.
Oh,
was watch our Obapa Frances Esiam. One of the guys watch our show. I was watch our pa and Mariam so. One of the no Jubilee House. Mariam Alasan. I also we need papa. We need papa. Oh no. We need papa. Yes. I am telling you.
One of the unsung heroes.
I'm telling you, Mariam.
Yes.
Oh, we need papa.
She's like
name Jubilee House of papa.
No, say me name Abantas and Oku Jubilee House. And go for some case late in the mobile say be media one premo cry. Okay, and mama 1 minute, na Peter so far 1 minute and for 2 minutes near so far sorry.
Me sa oral. Me sa papa we me see me can answer my OSP there. And no, I make call. And
the man gang
make a platform be and I may say, and yeah, 10 minutes. I'll go here. Hey, many a penny, be me born and I'll send him message. Say,
don't be tempted.
I'll do. Don't be tempted. This guy, okay, man. Yeah, he said I should not be tempted.
Don't be tempted.
We all are now same na make because all are not na yeah the man OSP. Because I deal with you OSP way on shadow investigation be out.
Yeah, but the intelligence
no.
He's not Canada in intelligence.
No, you know.
I
or say the intelligence they say Canada more
honorably discharged
from the military.
But that was an infantile posturing.
Yes.
Yes. Very unreasonable.
Then I will say Papa we all home. Yeah, Ghana for ancient year.
Okay.
And yes, sir, Obebo Ghana for Kasa now the Asema Bray eventually. Until OSP way or Kasa, yen chin ye. Now, a dear nya no then catch a dear nye on Jai.
Mati.
Ghana no. One for so me cry me yanka, sa office.
Omunchem. Peter Yanko.
Yes, OSP no. Or say Maminko to know now always say we are of the firm conviction that it is only a ruse employed by Mr. Friata in aid of his intention to avoid his return to the jurisdiction and to personally answer questions in respect of the investigations. We are convinced that the real intention of Mr. Ofori-Atta is what was communicated to the OSP in the first letter transmitted by his lawyers on January 31st, 2025. That is, he has left the jurisdiction indefinitely.
He has left the jurisdiction indefinitely.
It's a lie. He lied.
I no chance trust her.
The thing I OSP why am yema shimia I'm surprised so be a one fan who as a PRO on my bonting with a shred of integrity in case or be retracted and they say was susu say a ye japa and they so the phone now or more call can Ofori-Atta fear was staged. I am begging the OSP this morning if he has a little integrity left.
Don't ask him for
yes, sir, no, he should come out because he has.
Your microphone is
off. They say he has no basis to say we're doing so stage. No basis at all. Yes. Not suggested to him by any reason. It is idiopathic, without basis, without cause, without belief. For him to have made such a reckless comment based on the kind of office that he occupies. And if there is anything left in him, OSP, and then Mr. Asem way Brabontin, never papa panic or the sanity. Otherwise, my belief say can lawyers they will do something.
They have to see.
Because this is dangerous. It is dangerous. Say we are in an era where we victim shame and victim blame. Uto yire na umacho bufie na asrafo abetu omososa. Ama in CCTV you can see Japan or pulley pistol. Africa mu dia matching crofo and omo corridor ni bibia. Na instead of helping the family with the trauma they've gone through, what Bejina can say, oh, Baba Bono Kwadu, Unyam Bono Kwadu, oh, Baba Bono Kwadu, no, message BBC.
Now, one is wrong. Because what be investigations? What bomb investigations? It will be wrong with the best way. Eh? All right.
The anti so I said our name. Yeah, when you said Jatana, when you saw can say either state money and now
Japa,
Japa, sorry.
No, I see imposter. Hello, kind. I'm gonna say state institution.
Honorable, our
intelligence point out to state that the purported raid on Mr. Ofori-Atta's residence was staged or at best an imposter action in an attempt to court disfavor for the OSP.
Not tell him directly what happened.